Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's severe weather update. So, severe weather is targeting Texas and Oklahoma today, where the Storm Prediction Center has issued an enhanced risk of severe weather across portions of northwest Texas, the southeastern areas of the Texas Panhandle, and into central and southwestern Oklahoma in orange today, including Wichita Falls, Fort Sill, Oklahoma City, Norman, and more in the orange. We have a slight risk of severe weather extending from West Texas through West Central Texas through North Texas into southeastern Oklahoma in the yellow, and a marginal risk extending from the Big Bend through Central Texas, Western Arkansas, southwest corner of Missouri, the southeastern corner of Kansas, and northeastern Oklahoma in the dark green today. Thankfully, this is not going to be driven by tornadoes, as we only have a 2% chance of tornadoes touching down within 25 miles of location in this green area today, including Fort Stockton, Midland, Lubbock, Abilene, Dallas, Fort Worth, and Wichita Falls, Texas, and Fort Sill, Oklahoma City, Norman, and Moore, Oklahoma. Make sure you're on guard for a couple of tornado spin-ups if you live in this green area today, but the main threats are going to be damaging winds and large hail, as the Storm Prediction Center has issued a 30% chance of damaging straight-line winds of 58 miles per hour or stronger within 25 miles of location in this red area across northwest Texas and southwestern Oklahoma, and this includes Wichita Falls, Fort Sill, and bordering on Oklahoma City, Norman, and more. So make sure you're on guard for numerous damaging wind gusts if you live across this area today, with a 15% damaging wind risk in the yellow and a 5% damaging wind risk in the brown. And if you live across this hatched area, you have the potential to see wind gusts of 75 miles per hour or stronger today. So we could be seeing destructive wind gusts in this hatched area today. So make sure you're preparing for some destructive wind gusts. And equally as dangerous is the large hail threat, where we have a 30% chance of quarter-size hail or larger within 25 miles of location across the southeastern Texas Panhandle and southwestern Oklahoma in the red, a 15% large hail risk in the yellow, and a 5% large hail risk in the brown. And if you live in areas from Fort Stockton through Midland, Lubbock, Fort Sill, Oklahoma City, Norman, and more, make sure you're parking your cars in the garage today, as we could be seeing hailstones of golf ball to tennis ball to baseball, maybe even softball size. So make sure you're preparing for large destructive hail if you live across West Texas through central Oklahoma today. So timing out the storms, looking at the 12Z run of the HRRR model, we're going to be seeing storms across East Texas, Arkansas, into Missouri in the morning. These are not going to be severe, but as we go into around 3 o'clock Central Time this afternoon, storms are going to start to fire across the Texas Panhandle and western Texas, and these are going to be quickly becoming severe as we go into 4 o'clock this afternoon. Large hail is going to be likely as these storms initiate around Amarillo, Lubbock, and Midland. As we go into 5 o'clock, could be seeing massive hailstones moving into western Oklahoma, eastern Texas Panhandle, up to baseball, softball size. So hail threat is looking pretty significant today. So make sure you are parking your cars in the garage if you live in these areas today. Going into 6 o'clock, numerous hailstorms pushing into northwest Texas around Wichita Falls, into El Reno, and then towards Oklahoma City, Moore, and Norman by 7 o'clock. This could be accompanied by a damaging wind threat, so we could be seeing dangerous wind-driven hail across the Oklahoma City metro by 7 o'clock this evening into Wichita Falls, down towards areas like Abilene, and then congealing into a squall line as we go into 8 and 9 o'clock, moving across southeastern Oklahoma, pushing towards Dallas, Fort Worth around 11 p.m. midnight to night with a big damaging wind threat. And then these storms are going to push across northeastern Texas in areas like Hillsboro, Waco, through Mount Pleasant, Tyler around 2 a.m. And then as we go into around 4 a.m., the storm should begin to weaken below severe limits. However, the flood threat will be a problem as the storms slowly move across eastern and central Texas into tomorrow morning. So let's take a look at some of these rainfall accumulations. First, in the H2R model, widespread rainfall accumulations across Oklahoma of about 2 to 4 inches with pockets of 5 to 6 inches. Arkansas about 1 to 2 inches. And then southern Missouri 1 to 2 inches, pockets of 3 to 4 inches. And much of central eastern Texas 2 to 4 inches with pockets as high in some areas up to 6 to 10 inches. So if you live in any of these pockets, you could be seeing some big time flash flooding, as we could be seeing areas of very heavy rain through the afternoon, evening, and overnight into tomorrow morning. And looking at the NAM-NEST model, the NAM-NEST model is showing widespread 2 to 4 inches across Oklahoma, Texas, western Arkansas, southern Missouri, with pockets of 6 to 10 inches in isolated locations. And as a result, the Weather Prediction Center has issued a moderate risk of excessive flooding rainfall across northeast Texas, southeast Oklahoma, and southwestern Arkansas in the red, a slight risk from the Texas coast through north central Texas, through the southeastern half of Oklahoma, southwestern Missouri, western central Arkansas, far northwest Louisiana in the yellow, and a marginal risk in the dark green. So make sure you're preparing for scattered to numerous flash flooding, especially in areas of central northeast Texas, central southeast Oklahoma, and central southwestern Arkansas from this storm event. So this is looking like a big time storm event coming to the southern plains. So make sure you're preparing for uh, isolated tornadoes, destructive damaging winds, and destructive hail, especially across western Texas and southwestern and central Oklahoma, and flooding across northeastern Texas, southeast Oklahoma, and southwestern Arkansas. Thanks for watching today's severe weather update. Please stay safe and have a wonderful day, my friends.